You know what? I am right by the largest Nicaraguan community outside of Nicaragua. So why don't I try some stuff and record it and make another video? So yeah, Miami has the largest Nicaraguan community outside of Nicaragua. So not just the largest in the U.S., but just in general outside of Nicaragua. And so a lot of them came here in the 80s during there was some political upheaval there. There was the president who was kind of dictatorial, Somoza, and then there was like the Sandinista rebellion, and a lot of people came to Miami, along with the Cubans, along with me. All of Latin America was like on fire then, so it's like everyone came to Miami, and they settled around the city of Sweetwater, or inside the city of Sweetwater, which was interestingly enough founded by circus midgets. So they say that some of the houses here actually have the outlets and the light switches a little lower down because it was for little people. But now it's like the center of Nicaraguan culture. So I'm gonna try a couple of things. The first one I'm actually here at. It's a quesillo. So it looks like a tortilla, like a nice thick fluffy homemade tortilla with some cheese and some sour cream or crema. But I'm gonna find out exactly what it is. I think I need to get cash first, and then we'll check it out. All right, so I just got my quesillo. Took like no time at all to get, which is really great. That's what I call fast food. So the name of the place is Quesillos Guiliguiste. It's in Sweetwater. I'm gonna put the info right below here, the name and the address. But yeah, I got it, and the guy explained it's a tortilla with melted mozzarella cheese, sour cream, and like an onion relish in it. As you can see, they put it in this little bag. That's all sour cream. So not a neat thing to eat, but let's take a bite. This looks like a nice thick corn tortilla. So Nicaraguan tortillas are thicker than the Mexican ones. There's like more substance to it. Oh man, it's very subtle, but Nicaragua is like the Wisconsin of Central America. They're known for their dairy products. So like any Nicaraguan meal, you have at least 2-3 dairy products, different types of cheeses, cultured creams. So this is like a good example of the Nicaraguan appreciation for just good, clean dairy products. So the guy explained it like a mozzarella cheese, but what it is, oh, here, check this out. It's a braided fresh cheese, very much like mozzarella, and they actually sell that on its own there. So it's the tortilla, this braided, like very mozzarella stretchy cheese, as you can see here. Oof, look at that. Oh man, it's very mild, actually stretchier and squeakier than mozzarella. So it's a little bit drier, so they squeeze out a little bit more of the liquid, I'm imagining, and then they stretch it, you know, the same mozzarella process that you would put it in hot water and start stretching it, and then they make these beautiful little braids in it, and then they make them into quesillos. There's so much sour cream in this. It's very mild, but like I said, Nicaraguans really appreciate homemade artisanal dairy products, so homemade cheeses, homemade creams and stuff. So this is a good way to kind of appreciate that and get that taste of that really good dairy product. In fact, Nicaraguans love their cheeses so much that a lot of them will risk you know, getting trouble at customs just to bring in some of these dairy products in. Oh, so this onion relish It's not the typical vinegary slaw that goes with like fritanga type stuff. It's like a sweet and sour, and it kind of brings out the sweetness of the milk. All right, I'm gonna just, my hands are gonna get so fucking dirty right now. Oh, all right, Nicaraguans, if you know how to eat this more in a more dignified manner, please let me know, because I am spilling stuff everywhere. It's like unlike anything I've really had. It's like the star definitely is the cheese, and the sweet and sour onion relish like really kind of just picks it up. And the tortilla, it's almost like chalupa or something. It's like a nice thick, it's the thickness. Look at my hands are just like all covered in sour cream. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna try and stuff the rest of this in my mouth. Probably one of the messiest things that I've eaten in a long time. But really good. A really interesting thing, too. So it's only about $5. They do take credit card, which is great. There's no minimum. They do sell the cheese, the braided cheese inside. That's inside the quesillo on its own, which I think would be like phenomenal, like a caprese salad, but maybe do it a little bit more Latin American with some cilantro and olive oil and some lime juice or something like that. Will probably be really, really delicious. But that's the quesillo. Again, the name of the place is Quesillos Guiliguiste. It's just off the turnpike and Southwest 8th Street in Sweetwater, and they specialize in quesillos. So the next stop we're gonna go on is a place that does something sweet and refreshing. So I'll show you what that is in just a bit. All right, so I'm just leaving Quesillos Guiliguiste, and Nicaraguan viewers, if there is a more elegant, dignified way to eat a quesillo, please let me know, because this was just dripping all over everywhere. And I still have this bag of just sour cream on the bottom because the heat of the fresh tortilla just kind of melted everything. Anyway, I'm heading over to have a raspado, and raspado is a snow cone or shaved ice. Raspar means to shave or to grate, and so raspado is grated, so grated ice. And so this place is called Raspados Loly. I'll put the info down there. And they do Nicaraguan style shaved ices. Now what the really cool thing that they do is they will embed a piece of pound cake in the middle of this. So they'll put like a little bit of shaved ice, they'll put like one of the syrups, whatever you want, depending on the size. You can choose several different flavors. They'll put a piece of pound cake, then more ice, more syrup, and then they drench the entire thing with dulce de leche. Sounds a little weird, I know, but it's actually quite phenomenal. And one of the only places that you can get like a traditional Latin American shaved ice dessert anywhere in Miami, which is really odd for me, because it's so freaking hot here. I mean, we're in the middle of October and it's still hot. It's still in the 90s. Like, I need to have my AC on, or else like I'm just gonna be drenched in sweat. So we're gonna go into Raspados Loly right now. I'll put the information down with the address really quickly. Hopefully they take credit card. If not, I'll tell you what the ATM situation is. There's a Chevron station across the street, so worst case scenario, I'll go in there and pull out some cash. Hopefully they will take card though. So I'll see you guys in just a second. I wanted to just kind of give you guys, this is called Centro Comercial Managua. So Managua Commercial Center, Managua Mall. Managua is the capital of Nicaragua. So as you can see, There's a carne asada, tortilleria Nica. Nica is the nickname for Nicaraguans. Here's the Raspados place. Family Dentistry. Another fritanga, which is just kind of like a quick service place. And another Nicaraguan market here. And then a pharmacy, which is probably a Nicaraguan pharmacy where they sell Nicaraguan products. All right. So I just got my raspado. And here it is. See, all that's a layer of dulce de leche in it. So this size is $5.50. They do take credit cards, but there is a $7 minimum. He made an exception because I was playing debit, and I guess, you know, there was so much misunderstanding because I didn't really quite know what I was getting into. I wanted the one with the cake in it, but the cake only has dulce de leche. So it's ice, cake, dulce de leche. And he was like, you can add something on top, but that's not really how we do things here. So I was like, okay, I'm sorry, just because I really wanted the different jams that they put in there, because to me that's a little bit more interesting than just a cake. So I changed my order, and then I was like, oh, I need to go get cash. And he's like, if it's debit, don't worry about it, but make sure bring cash, or make sure your order is big enough for the $7 minimum. There really wasn't anything else there besides ice cream and frozen treats, like no cookies or anything interesting for me to add on to my order. So yeah, the next time I would come with some cash to get it. Now this is kind of like their middle of the range size. They get into like a huge bucket to share, almost like the Koreans do bingsu. So let's take a look at this. It is crushed ice, so the consistency is a little bit bigger. So what I got is nanse, and I'll explain that fruit in the caption. But it's like a small fruit. It's pulpy. It's got a little pit in it. It's mild. It's not really that sour, I don't think. I can't really quite describe. I think the closest thing that most Americans would be used to is maybe a banana flavor. But they do make juice out of it, and they make a jam out of it. So that's inside here. So as you could see, you know, the ice got a little bit milky from the dulce de leche. Oh man. And I got some pineapple jam in there as well. So here's the pineapple. See that? That's beautiful. And so it starts diluting little by little. Oh, here's a little nanse piece right there. It's pretty good. I'm gonna just toss this out. It's natural, so you know it's fine. So it's like a little leathery, kind of like a dried fruit, a little bit like a fig. Actually, that's what it tastes like the most, like a dried fig. So I would like pair it with something like sour, like a tamarind or passion fruit, because it'll balance it out. But with the pineapple, it's actually pretty good. So you could see this is starting to get a little soupier and milkier. Oh, it's so refreshing after that messy quesillo. And on this really hot afternoon with the sun like right in my face, it's really quite perfect. So so I'm gonna enjoy my raspado, and those are two more uncommon Nicaraguan snacks that you can find in Miami in the Sweetwater neighborhood. I'll put the name of the two places below. So that's Quesillos Guiliguiste in Sweetwater and Raspados Loly in Sweetwater as well. So I hope you guys get to check this out. If you are in Miami, definitely come in. They speak English. They've been in business forever. They take credit cards. Really professionally done. Try something a little bit different, something you can only really find in Miami or in Nicaragua. But anyway, until next time, guys, eat really good food.